Welcome back to Captains of Industry. I'm Lindsay Williams. I'm with Yair Shimansky at the main showroom of Shimansky at the V&A Waterfront in Cape Town. We've been talking about diamonds. We've been dazzled by a diamond that Yair has got in his hand at the moment, 47 carats. But we were talking about the supply before the break, and you were talking about Botswana. What about Zimbabwe? Because Zimbabwe intrigues me. This is where the mystery of the diamond trade comes in, because there's been some activity over the last couple of years. Tell me about Zimbabwe.
It's no secret that diamonds have been discovered in Zimbabwe, in Mutare and Marangi area. It is believed that Zimbabwe contains 25 to 30% of the world diamond, still fairly undiscovered. So it's created a lot of diamond rush into Zimbabwe, some by artisanal mine, some by big company, and I think the government obviously trying to take advantage, maximizing the value from diamond in order to enrich the government and to maintain power. The Chinese mining company are quite strong in Zimbabwe, and a lot of other players in the industry. And I think there's talk about sanctioning Zimbabwe, but because it's such a meaningful power in diamonds, you can't actually do it, because otherwise they will end up going to Dubai and then to the world market without any traceability. Yeah. So the right way is probably to try to regulate it to some extent, but potentially they can affect the diamond market by adding a lot of diamond into the supply chain.
It seems to me that there seems to be a lot of supply coming on stream all the time. I mean, if Zimbabwe's got 25 to 30% of the world's potential diamond supply, then surely the price must go down because there's too many diamonds on the market, or doesn't it work like that?
It doesn't work like this exactly, because a lot of the Zimbabwean diamonds are not gem quality. A lot of them ending up going to India, where the labor is less expensive to polish them. And also the discovery, it's still at the tip of the ice. Even though they have 25 to 30%, now they're only scratching the surface in terms of diamonds. And for the right investor, it will be a bit more wiser to invest in diamonds that are not typical to what you do find in Zimbabwe, to continue to gain a better appreciation.
Talking about investments, and in the previous segment you were talking a little bit about hedge funds and portfolio managers. Do portfolio managers embellish their normal traditional equity and bond and cash portfolio with things like this?
Yeah, absolutely. In the last 3 to 5 years, there's a very strong growing interest from investment banking, from the international market and also from the local market, to invest some of the surplus cash in diamond as a hard asset investment sector. It is a very complicated topic for a financial person to understand how to invest. So they're using expertise, and also it depends on your requirement on the strategy for investment, if it's a short term, medium term, long term, and based on that, we can give the right advice for the investment. But one thing for sure, it's a very attractive investment. It's very condensed. It doesn't cost you any money to hold to it. It's continue to appreciate.
You keep it for them?
The bank is keeping it for the client. We're also holding some diamond on behalf of client, but it's all at the bank level. And also remember, there are more and more women that came into a very wealth from inheritance and also from businesses. And for them, it's almost more attractive and more resonate to invest in a diamond, which is something tangible, than in a paper stock that can evaporate tomorrow if the market crash. So it's quite an attractive investment.
Fashions come and go, yeah. We've got, for example, if you picked up a magazine like the Financial Times How to Spend It 4 or 5 years ago, it would just have coloured gemstones everywhere. But is the ultimate still the blue-white diamond?
Look, there's the famous saying, diamond are forever. And I think diamond always got that alluring and mystery that will always keep them top of mind. And if you think about it, in China alone, there's over 300 million consumers that are about to get engaged in the next 5 to 10 years, and diamond becoming the main token for engagement, when traditionally it used to be pearls, jade, or other item.
And do you market that? I mean, obviously there's people like De Beers who have got this incredible marketing machine and they've got their own standalone shops, but you must also be involved, and it will obviously benefit you in the future if, as you say, hundreds of millions of people are going to buy themselves a little diamond.
Yes, look, I think the whole market will benefit. There's a famous saying that high tide lifts all the ships, but we're obviously doing our own targeted marketing on various consumers. And people are looking for something different and unique, not like the common diamond that you find on the market, ending up coming to us for a very specific item.
You're known for diamonds and you're known for platinum as well, because platinum and diamonds seem to go well together. Were you a pioneer in that regard, bringing platinum to the mass market, if you like?
Yes, I mean, at Shimansky, we introduced platinum into the South African market, and we were the first jeweler to almost produce it on a larger scale and have it available to the shops. And the platinum origin from Anglo-Plat, and we use 95% purity. And 80% of the platinum in the world still produce in South Africa. So it's a very meaningful player to be. And I think people that really understand diamond and jewelry still prefer platinum for the engagement ring.
Is it easier to work with as well? Easier than gold?
It's different. Once you know how to work with it, like anything else, it's become more comfortable. But it is the preferred metal. And like we said, diamond being the most precious gem of all, I think deserves to be in platinum, which is the most precious metal.
I notice you're also quite keen on celebrity endorsement. Is that because they come to you, or do you go to them and say, look, let's strike a deal here?
Look, it's a combination. We did have quite a lot of celebrity that were looking for a very quiet and peaceful venue to buy diamond when they come to South Africa. So we've got a very exclusive setting that you can close the door and you're kept out of the paparazzi or the public. And you also have very good connection and very good name out there for people to come to us and have special things made for them. So we dealt with Lionel Richie, Katie Milo, Charlize Theron, James Blunt, Christina Aguilera, and quite a few other celebrities.
So they come here and buy diamonds, or you go over to see them?
Some of them will go to the hotels or to the function where they're staying. Some of them do come here. And in some cases, we deal with them before they come to South Africa, because they know that they are coming here and they are looking for something very special.
What did Bill Clinton buy? Because I notice he's one of your customers.
Yeah, it was actually a South African pendant with a diamond set. So it was actually for his wife. It was in his visit to South Africa, to Cape Town in 1996. So yeah, this was quite special because he sent us back a handwritten letter signed by him on the White House paper. So I think this was quite special to receive that letter.
Where do we go from here now, Yair? Because, I mean, you've obviously made an incredible stride since you started 15 years ago in humble beginnings, selling at a flea market in Durban. Now you're selling to international celebrities. But the next step must be in your mind. It must be now to franchise or to expand overseas, especially into the Southeast Asian and Chinese markets.
Look, we are looking at various areas that we can add value to consumer. One of the areas that we invest in quite a lot is infrastructure to go globally using e-commerce and technology. And the other area is to take some of our special diamond cut to the international market and cooperate with other brands. Mm.
And also, with luxury goods being so much to the fore, okay, they've become a little bit, people have become a little bit nervous about luxury goods companies recently because of the Chinese change of rules in terms of giving gifts. But there's consolidation in the business all the time. If LVMH or one of the big houses comes to you and says, we like Shimansky, let's go into a partnership, would you do so?
I think without a blink, because they will have the ability to take us further globally in a much faster pace that we will do it alone.
Has anyone approached you?
We had some talk, but with player not at the LVMH level. Mm. And time will tell, but we, as a company, as a brand, if we have the opportunity to expand globally with the right partner, we will definitely consider it.
Could you do it on your own, though? For example, platinum and diamonds are what you are famous for, but would you go into perfume? Would you go into leather goods? Because you've got the ability here now to create your own sort of medium-sized luxury brand.
We actually launched 3 years ago a perfume that's called My Girl. We actually launched the second version this year, and in December, which is about 2-3 weeks from now, we're launching 2 Shimansky perfumes. So we do actually those products.
Big market, though. I mean, hundreds of different perfumes coming out every year. You can fail.
I'm going to tell you the difference. I mean, we spend a lot of time in research and developing the perfume, and we're selling it exclusively to the Shimansky stores, to the Shimansky client. So it is not a perfume that you can get at a pharmacy or any other perfume store.
Looking over the internet for research about your company, 2011 there was an article in the Independent, the South African Independent, about you opening stores overseas and it was going to cost you 150 million rand. Did it happen or what happened?
Yeah, we did open at one stage 4 stores in Macau in Asia, and then the financial crisis hit the world. So we decided at this point to cut our losses and fold the operation back. And I'm glad that we've done it because timing was actually wrong in terms of the market. And we learned quite a lot from it. And we're looking forward for more opportunities in the market.
What about the South African economy? You're based here, you've been here since 1991, you came here on a visit, you decided South Africa was the place, it's the source of most of your materials. But are you going to stay here? Do you think that the economic and political environment is conducive to your business staying here?
And look, we are here to stay, and we're very committed to South Africa. And we're just hoping that there will be, I think, political stability in the market. If the rand go south in terms of losing value, there will be more tourists that will coming in to visit, so that will assist our business. But I think for us, a stable economy, it's probably the best economy.
I think it's the best for everybody, whether the rand's at 10, 15 or 20, as long as it's stable, that's what people want. How does the rand-dollar exchange rate affect you? Presumably, a weakening rand is good for your rand earnings at least.
For the rand earning, it is good. In terms of dollar earning, it stays the same, but proportionally, your input costs are relatively lower when the end price is higher in rand, because we pay costs, wages and expenses in rand, when the raw material are dollar-based products.
If you had to say there's going to be one trend in luxury goods or jewellery over the next 2 to 3 years that you're going to exploit, what would it be? Is it going to be continuing to go for these really, really high-quality big stones? I mean, I was the other day with James Campbell from Rockwell Diamonds, and he was enthusiastic about a 287-carat stone that had just been pulled out of the Middle Orange River facility that he has. Is that what's going to be the ultra-wealthy going for the really big, ostentatious stones?
And look, in diamond, the funny thing, the more expensive or rare the diamond, the easier it is to sell it. But I think for the main market, people looking for something which is different and unique. And I think investment more in actual diamond branding and differentiation, I think it's the way to go, rather than trying to sell a general item and make it a commodity base.
Just finally, if I had $1 million lying around now, what would you recommend that I buy from an investment point of view, not from an emotional point of view, not for a woman, not for my daughter or anything like that, just because in 10 years' time I want to see some appreciation? What would it be?
I think, first of all, investing in a relationship and in a woman is also a good thing in diamonds.
I'll do that elsewhere, yeah.
Okay, but I will probably say investing in a fancy color diamond, mainly something toward a pink diamond or a bluish diamond, but a pink diamond is a very good investment. They are very rare, and the appreciation is definitely very stable and higher than other diamonds at this point.
Like the one behind me now that's $2 million, the tiny little round cut pink one, something like that?
Something like that, and they are very rare, and there's always willing buyer that's willing to buy them. And again, there are less than 100 stones coming every year to the market over 1 carat plus. So it's a really very rare, and there's only one main producing mine with few other small mines that's actually producing pink diamonds. So it's definitely a sure bet.
Okay, I'll start saving now. Yair, thanks very much for your time.
Pleasure.
Fascinating chat. That's Yair Shimansky, who is the founder and now owner of Shimansky. That's Captains of Industry. We'll be back same time next week.